One of my biggest problems is that I worry a lot. I spend a lot of time worrying about stuff that happened. I worry about stuff that might not ever happen. And then this is the worst one. I worry about stuff that already happened. Stuff that already happened in the past. Stuff that I can't do anything to change. And I sit there and I just go over and over in my mind about this could have been different, and what if this would have happened, and I should have said this, or I shouldn't have said that. And it just drives me crazy. So today, I want to talk about something that I need for myself. Today, I want to talk about how worrying will not change your situation. And whatever it is, you need to give it to God. One of my friends, John, he was going through a rough patch in his life. He had his own business, and his business was struggling. He was losing money left and right, and he was worried about whether he was going to lose the business. And so every night he would be up all night, can't sleep, just worrying about how he was going to pay his bills and how he was going to support his family. One day, he and I were talking, and he was just so stressed, and he looked really bad. He looked real bad. And he was telling me about all the struggles and how he was constantly worrying about what was going to actually happen with his business. And I listened to him, and after I listened to him, I said, look, man, worrying will not change your situation. You need to give it to God. I told him you need to stop worrying about it and just pray about it. Now, after I said that, I didn't know how he was going to take my advice, but I knew that he was desperate for a solution to his problems. And I talked to him sometime after that, and he told me that he decided to give prayer a try. He told me that he had done his best to just pray about it and give it to God. He was still worried about it, but he kept praying. And over time, the more he prayed, the less he worried he was. And eventually, he started to feel a sense of peace and calm that he hadn't felt in a long time. And over time, he started to notice a change in his life. The problems and the struggles were still there, but he wasn't as worried as he was before. And he started to focus on what he could do to improve his business instead of focusing on the things that were going wrong. He started focusing on the things that he can improve instead of constantly worrying about what was going to happen with the business. Fast forward to one day, John received a phone call from a potential client who was interested in his services. And it turned out to be the biggest contract that he has ever gotten since he started his business. And with that one contract, it turned everything around. And when he told me that, I said, wow, that's an amazing testimony. That's an amazing testimony that you have to share with people. And I knew that one day he was going to have a testimony to share. I knew it, but he didn't. And see, that's the thing about it. When we're in the hot seat, it's hard to see the future. When I'm in the fire, I can't see no way out. And I definitely can't see how one day I'll have a testimony to share. Not when I'm in the middle of it, but this is what God wants us to do. He wants us to not worry about anything, but instead pray about everything. And when you pray about everything, you're acknowledging your dependence on God. When you pray about everything, that you're acknowledging that you need him, that you depend on him. Tell him what you need. And when you tell him what you need, you're acknowledging your dependence on what he can provide for you, because he is your provider. And then thank him for what he's already done in your life. Thank him for the things that he's already done. I know a lot of things are going wrong, but you can still thank him for what's going right, for the things that he has done for you. And after you do that, this is where you will experience God's peace. See, peace comes to us as a gift from God. And this peace means a peace that will improve your overall well-being, a peace that gives you freedom from anxiety, a peace that gives you safety, and a peace that just keeps you calm in the presence of your enemy. Now, even though I say all of that about how the peace of God can do all those things and how peace comes from God, I still really can't explain it, because it's a peace that exceeds anything that we can understand. It's beyond our ability to even understand it, which is why we can't see any possible way that we can have this peace while we're in the midst of what we're going through. That's why it's beyond our ability to understand. And the kind of peace that God can give, You simply can't explain it. You cannot explain it. Therefore, it must be experienced. And when you experience his peace, it will guard your heart and it will guard your mind. If you're thinking about breaking into the tech field, then you should enroll in Course Careers. Our economy has changed, and so has the way we start careers. Course Careers is an online platform that will help you start your career faster without wasting money on college. With the Course Careers program, you can enroll into their online self-paced courses to begin, and you can complete the course in as little as a few weeks. And you don't have to worry about having the time to finish because all the courses are self-paced. You'll learn everything that's required to land your first job in tech sales, digital marketing, or information technology. The people at Course Careers partner directly with companies that want to hire you when you finish the program. People that finish the program are making $60,000 a year working from home. One person was able to finish the course within 2 weeks, and before they can even apply to any companies, their dream company reached out to them and set up an interview. They offered them over $100,000 a year starting in a fully remote position, and they didn't have any previous experience. If you want to get into the tech field, then go to my website, theladavis.com, to enroll today. And just for my listeners of this show, you can get a $50 discount when you use the coupon code LA50. That's LA50. Just go to theladavis.com/career, and you can also find that link in the show description. Course Careers is the quickest and most affordable way to change or start a career. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you're worried about something so much that it consumes your thoughts and your emotions? I know I have, and that's why I said that this is for me. I'm gonna play this back for myself. But here's the thing: worrying isn't gonna change your situation. It's just gonna cause more stress and more anxiety. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't be concerned about things in our lives. Of course we should. But there's a difference between being concerned and worrying. Concern is productive. Worrying is not productive. Worrying is actually counterproductive. So, what do we do when we find ourselves worrying? Give it to the Lord. Giving your worries to God is a way of acknowledging that you can't control everything. It's a way of surrendering your problems to something greater than yourself. Now, this doesn't mean that you should just sit back and do nothing. Giving it to the Lord means taking action when you can and trusting that things will work out in the end. It means having the faith that there's a plan for your life and that everything happens for a reason. I know it's easier said than done, but trust me, I struggle with this too. But every time that I find myself worrying, I remind myself that I just need to give it to God, give it to the Lord. It's something that I have to constantly remind myself, but it's worth it. Worrying will not change your situation. Take action when you can, but trust that everything will work out in the end. Now let's get into today's book recommendation. The book that I'm recommending today is called The Circle Maker: Praying Circles Around Your Biggest Dreams and Greatest Fears by Mark Batterson. This is a New York Times bestseller. The Circle Maker is a must-read for revolutionizing your prayer life. Get ready to experience new breakthroughs, knowing that bold prayers honors God and God honors bold prayers. This is a book that gives you wisdom and encouragement you need to discern God's will for your life. Uncover your heart's hidden desires, pursue God-sized dreams, connect with God in fresh ways, deepen your faith and relationships with power, and draw prayer circles around your family, your community, your challenges, and your dreams. And so that's the book, The Circle Maker: Praying Circles Around Your Biggest Dreams and Greatest Fears by Mark Batterson. I read the book. I read the book. It's a great book. I think you should get it. And so if you want to get that book, just click the link below in the description and you can get a copy of that book. If you like what we talked about here today and want to go deeper, check out a video that I did on the top 5 priorities every Christian should know. Maybe getting some priorities in order can help you not to worry as much. So if you want to check out that video, just click or tap the screen and I'll see you in the next video.